not supposed to be in use after going out. So it's work that go in, and you can actually put 2 different boards that have one thing on the first frame, one thing on the second frame, just white room.
But I've got to say this. If
I'm going to take this, drop this to the 6 point. No, you don't touch that Hive until... How's it going? There is a lot of these. We just stack them up and see how high they go through here. Some of these are really cool. We're in double or triple brood boxes. The day you pick up your package, we're installing packages out of that same stock into this equipment. Every other week, folks come to the loaning yard.
I don't know why I thought you were about to clip this.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to another StreamTeam beekeeping chat. We're glad you're here. Today is a special episode, primarily because it's so special. Somehow Bruce and I figured out how to click all the buttons. We hijacked Brian's channel. We got everything going. But more importantly, it's Brian's birthday today.
Yes, it is.
He said he's 42 years old. Can you believe that?
42. How many times has it been 42?
Well, that's between him and his maker. Bruce, good to see you tonight. I feel like we just seen you. We just seen everybody, and it's good to see you on the screen. Something a little weird's kind of happened though. We're used to seeing each other on the screens and all that, but now with the Creator Convergence under our belt and all that time we spent together, when I think of Bruce hanging out with you, I don't just see this online version of you. I see all the time that we spent hanging out together, hanging out with folks. What a great time we had. And Bruce, if you and everybody listening tonight on the replay, if you're checking in live, if you're following us along, would you please join me in wishing this fella a very happy birthday.
Jeez, so bad.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brian. Happy birthday to
you.
And many more. I mean, you're only 42, so we'll just. I think you still get birthday songs, right? Right, Yappy?
Oh, hi. Hi, Brian.
Yappy heard of your birthday and said he had to get on here and wish you a very special happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You can shut the door if you want.
Brian, happy birthday. How does it feel being 42 for the 9th time in a row?
I know. Yeah. it's another day, you know. That's all anymore. So,
well, Brian, no birthday would be complete without having a cake, baby.
Look at that. Look at that.
All right,
Let-
Brian,
let me-
now you got to blow out the candles, right, Yappy?
Yeah, blow them out now, Brian.
How many?
On 3.
Oh, on
Oh.
3?
Wait, 1,
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa! Yay! Way to go, Brian!
Way to go, Brian.
Oh,
Nailed
the
it
money!
with the magic
All
of
the way.
television.
Yes,
Wow.
all the way through the computer. Hey, you want one, Brian? Want me toss it to you?
That looks delicious.
I mean, I wish it worked that way.
Brian,
Telling you
tell us
what.
about your very special 42nd birthday today. What have you been up to?
You know, nothing. I mean, I had a remote day with work, so I was able to work from home, and then just, I mean, basically did hardly nothing. Just went to dinner. So my wife and daughter and her fiance, we went out, and they were asking what I wanted to eat, and I said I got to have steak. So went and had some steak, and it's been a relaxing day. So yeah, and I got a basket filled with bee related stuff from my wife. So I got little bee lights that I can put on my honey display. I got little signs. I got all kind of little stuff. So I'm all decked out there. So yeah, but no, it was a good day. I mean, just relaxing. So, and that's probably the best thing that I could do today. So, when you hit 42 for the 9th time, that's about all that you can do. So, yeah. Yappy, what are you doing, buddy?
Well, I got the phone call that it was going to be your big birthday episode and everything, and I was all excited. And now this is what's weird. Okay, did Greg get you anything for your birthday? Did you get any packages in the mail or anything yet?
No. Last year, though, I'll tell you what. Last year for my birthday, Greg Burns, being the good friend that he is, and I'll say this, it's just him being the good friend that he is. I got I got an enema. I got some. I think there was like some mag citrate.
Whoa. Not performed by me. Let's be clear.
Well, right. He didn't. He was just worried about my health, and you hit a certain age and things change and things bind up. So I got all sorts of products to make sure that I just stay healthy. So,
well, I'm going to say you look great, so it must have worked.
It did. Well, my eyes are still brown though, so.
That's true. Well, the reason I asked is because on your birthday, I got a package in the mail from Greg.
Nice.
And I'm kind of
way to throw me under the bus, Yappy. Way to
well,
awesome. What is it?
And I'm well. What I'm thinking is, did Greg finally come to reality and say, you know what? I've held the mug hostage long enough. So, I mean, it's lightweight. It don't make any noise. I don't know. Should I open it now?
The Brotherhood of the Traveling.
What do the comments say?
It is a very special thing. I thought, I've held this thing long enough. We had it here on display for everyone to see, and by display, I mean me drinking my coffee and microwaving fish sticks and such out of it while I'm here. I thought it was only fitting to possibly pass it on. What's in the box, Yappy?
Where is it? Oh,
wow, Susie does a good job passing stuff.
Look at that.
Hoppers, baby. All right, hang on. Oh, wait. Happy birthday, Brian.
Does it say that on the box?
Wait, you guys got to read it. Is it backwards?
There you go.
It says, for Yappy.
I don't know if you can read it. Okay.
Thanks for being awesome. #Be the Lighthouse. You're opening a gift This is like
on Brian's birthday,
your birthday party, and they're
me.
mad because they didn't get a birthday present, and you did, and you said, "Okay, here, kid, be quiet," and you give them this thing.
Uh-huh.
What's inside? What is inside? Wait! Before you go there, wait. We should do a survey in the comments. Who can guess what's in the box? All right, in the comments here, before Yappy has the big reveal, can you guess what's inside the box for Brian's birthday for Yappy?
Yeah.
Anybody guess? Uh-oh, he's doing it.
We know. I mean, it has to be. It has to be what we've all signed. It's
mite. Stan Gore, Texas Friendly Beekeeper, says mites. All right, we've got
really. I get a sticker.
A sticker. Yep, that's right. You got to have a sticker. A muzzle. Is there a mug full of fish sticks? That's the gift that keeps on giving. What else we've got?
A parrot. Now, see, somebody's thinking right there. It's got a parrot in it. If it would have had a parrot in it, I'm telling you, I would be. Me and the parrot would be on the road to come and give Greg a hug.
Look at this. Yeah. Let's calm down on. Let's just calm down on the hugs. Yeah. I've got boundaries. I've got boundaries.
Look
at this.
You know,
a Canadian flag. I don't think. Oh,
I doubt that.
Frank.
Oh,
Frank. Great. Oh, it's old J. He was out here all the from for the Creator Convergence. Wow. All right.
Awesome.
There's been a lot of guesses.
Charles, we got a little Cayman in the box.
All right, you're gonna get a
Cayman bobblehead.
Man, you know what? He would probably, dude. If Cayman would come up with like little bobblehead Cayman dolls,
let's do it. Let's.
Dude, I'm telling you what.
Do you know if we had a couple of them done and literally all walked up to him at the same time, asking for an autograph?
Wow. What? Look, Bruce just sitting there going, I just don't want to be the guy that gets in trouble for this one, man. I'm staying out of this.
No, I love the idea.
Yeah, mini Cayman.
All right, Yappy.
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to get you
listen, you need some better stickers. I still cannot get the backing off this thing. I was gonna put it like right here, you know, on my little microphone thing.
I struggle with those too. I don't have any fingernails.
Oh yeah, I know.
You gotta have fingernails to get those.
Oh, back to the box. What else we got in here? Greg Burns. I got one here. Check it out. I love, and it's got sayings on the back of this. Makes me feel like I'm loved. Definitely makes me feel like I'm loved.
There you go.
Oh, dude, you screwed up. I got your phone number now. I'm going to call you every day.
867-5309.
What else we got in here? Oh, wait. Nature's Image Farm. He's got his personal. There you go.
Look at that.
I got my checking account and routing number on there, Yappy. Thanks for showing the whole world.
That's okay.
Nice.
You know, oh.
Is it?
Really? Really?
Not the Yappy mug. Round and round she goes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Now Yappy can get creative with that mug.
Oh man.
Oh, no, let's not do that, Yappy. Let's not get too.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this.
Clean. No fish stick smell.
No, it smells funky. I don't know what you've been mixing up in this thing, but it. Ew.
That's
okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Brian. I actually be glad you didn't get a birthday gift from Greg this year.
Oh man.
No need to thank me, Yappy. No
That's
need
awesome.
to thank me.
I sent off on an order for literally, and you guys showed it, the the Convergence Hive tool. I was trying to order something from it, and so I'm wondering if this was supposed to go to Brian, and I was supposed to get the Hive tool. But this ain't right. You know,
look at Brian's guy.
And Bruce, see, Bruce is the nice one amongst you guys. So I mean, at the end of the day, uh-oh. Did I lock up or did y'all lock up? Where did we go? Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, Bruce, I've known Bruce longer than I've known you, the two of you. All right. So I know Bruce is, he's the one that sits in the background and will like light your shoestrings on fire and then just be like, I don't know. I don't know.
That's me.
But
Yep, you got me figured out.
Yeah.
I could see him doing that. You know, I did see him sneaking around Greg's place with a lighter going up behind people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know. Thanks, Greg, for the gift. It was awesome. I really appreciate it.
That was a little token of our appreciation for you coming up to the first annual StreamTeam Creator Convergence. We thought no better way than to send you a Nature's Image Farm mug that was gently used. May or may not have had some fish sticks and such microwaved in it, but you're welcome.
Consolation prize, man. I know. Well, so my apologies because I'm going to tell you guys out there in audience land. So Greg calls me and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing on this date?" And I went, I said, I've been booked to speak at the Alabama Bee Conference. And he's like, "Man," he said, "we're having a shindig." And I'm going, "A shindig? Okay, I want to be there if it's a shindig." And he told me everything that was going on. And I'm like, "Man, I've already committed to this. I'm sorry, but I'm you know,
what is more important?"
So you, Brian, I mean, there is no other.
Should have offered to pay.
See?
Yeah, he's like, "What if I let you borrow a stolen credit card to get your gas up here?" And I'm like, "Hang on a minute now. It's more than I'm getting down at the other one." But man, it was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So he hung up the phone. I heard him sobbing and crying in the background a little bit. Man, I felt bad. I really did. And then, I kid you not, it was like 45 minutes later, I'm getting text messages from Brian. "Hey, what are you doing on September, whatever last weekend's date was?" And I'm like, Greg's already called me, man. He's like, "Oh, you coming?" "No, I can't make it." And then it wasn't even 20 minutes later. Here comes Bruce even. Now I'm going to tell you what, that's some love right there. That is some love.
Three-pronged attack.
When no, in all due honesty, I mean, it is actually, it's very humbling when you get, you know, that kind of a recognition where you know, your three friends unknowingly all call you, you know, to be on their mind, and you're somebody that they would like to have up there. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. I hope that it was successful, and you guys do it again next year. Everything that I've seen so far, man, you guys had a great time, and you know, I'm really happy for you. When I first got into the beekeeping thing, what there was something that was similar. So before Facebook was all the .com chat groups, you know, with the little, however they used to, you know, put them in the line, you know, the series of chat topics and everything else. And then Facebooker came out and they started with groups. Well, one of the original .com / moved over into the Facebook world was the Bee Masters group. And they would have a get together early spring, right about the window of swarming, and they would invite people to come in and, you know, old beekeepers, knowledgeables, and new beekeepers. And I got invited to go to that by JP the Bee Man. And I went for 4 years before we kind of really shut the thing down. And that was a great time. So the times that I had in doing that, I know you guys had a great time, and I am very jealous, very jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were definitely missed, but we had one heck of a time. There were folks that flew in from all over the country, drove in from all over the country, Canada even too. And I want to give a special shout out. Brian did a great job on the little intro video, kind of showcasing a lot of the folks here. But we played it. I found it in there, played it. It was awesome. So good job. I want to give a special shout out to several of these folks who really took the time to be here, unlike Yappy. Just kidding. Including Tracy from Hive Butler. We had Rob and Pop from the Lorobbies, Coron from Apiary, Tyrion from Guardian Bee Apparel, Dale from Apis Engineering, Matthew Schock from Premier Bee, Tom Nolan all the way from Canada from Not Apiary, Ruth and Ricky Rorick from North Carolina, Horizontal Bees. They also brought Spanky from the Filament Corner. We had John Turpin from Strong Microbials. We had the David Burns beekeeping channel from Illinois was out. Jason Crook from Bohemia Bees, Tony West Bees, Jared Beehive Homestead, Brandon's Bees. There's some other folks in there that we'll make sure we shout out. But these folks literally came from the entire country: Arizona, South Dakota, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Kansas, Georgia, Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, to converge here at Nature's Image Farm for community, for fellowship, to be together and to kind of move this community forward. It was an absolute honor to have so many folks here. It's a beautiful thing when you bring that many people together in one place with the same heart, the same mind, just the amount of love and energy all in one place, all at one time was absolutely amazing. The next morning, I get up, I get to the shop early, and Jimmy's Neighborhood Bees. Jimmy was there from Virginia, him and his wife. That was awesome. Next morning we get out. I'm walking around. It's a ghost town. It was like nothing ever happened. And while it was beautiful in the fact that we had such a huge event here, it was sad because nobody was there. It was so much fun. It was like Christmas Day for beekeepers. And then it was like the next morning where it just wasn't the same, but you were only a day away from where it was. So it was a special moment in time that I really do feel like was the start, was the groundwork was just laid. It was the grassroots, the first annual of something that I think is going to be really, really big moving forward. Hopefully, maybe, just hopefully, if we're lucky, we can get old Yappy the Bee Man to make it to the second annual. We better get him booked before Alabama does.
See?
I'll
very happy. Good job.
Yeah, have your people call my people, and we'll work it out.
So yeah, I know how this goes. Had Yappy actually received his mug back, maybe he would have considered it. See, the problem is if I would have actually sent you your bribe back, and then extended the first invitation back for the second annual, folks may have looked at that as bribery. See, I don't want to get into all that. You know what I mean? So we'll just give you a sticker.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of those great attempts. So Brian, how for the birthday, buddy? How did things go with the family, man? Would you go out to dinner, have something good?
Wow, look at you changing the subject that quick.
See that?
That was a seamless transition, Yappy. Well done, Brian.
That's how Yappy is.
Tell us about your birthday. Tell us about your birthday again.
Again? Should we just replay, I don't know, whatever minute it was. No, it was good. I mean, like I said, I worked remote today, so I didn't have to go to Cleveland, and kind of just relaxed after that, and went to dinner, had a good steak. So my daughter wanted to go to dinner, and, she was asking what I wanted, and it's like, well, I mean, I could go for a good steak. So yeah, no, it was good. So, and my wife got me a ton of stuff that when I do the next market, I can like fancy up my display. Because when she came down and she looked at what I had, she looked and she's like, "This is it." So, leave it up to her. She corrected it. So, I'll have little LED lighted bees and all kind of stuff now. So, little signs and all kind of stuff. But no, it was nice. I mean, it was a good day. So, like I said, though, I mean, I don't know anymore. It's like you hit a certain point and the birthdays are like, you know, got a little more gray hair, and so.
Well, Brian, we'll put you on the spot. We usually have a tradition with our kids as we try to take them out individually, and then they know that Dad's going to ask a series of, kind of serious questions, but with no pressure. But looking back at this last year, Brian, what was some of the greatest moments of your? Are we allowed to say how old you are? Let's just say the greatest moments of your 42nd year again. What were some of the greatest moments of your year free this year?
No, I mean, everybody. I mean, if you haven't figured out, I turned 51. I'll tell you, in the last year, probably the top that jumps out. It was my son's wedding. I mean, that was in the last year. That was, being there for that and seeing my son get married and everything. I mean, it's a huge event. So I think that probably takes the cake. No pun intended on my birthday. But yeah, that took the cake as far as in the last year of events that have taken place. So yeah, and then the next year, my daughter will be getting married, so that'll sweep it for next year. But no, I mean, I just say, it's staying healthy, staying active. Oh man, Greg, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Go buy another cane.
Yeah, thank you. Being able to wake up every day, the family's healthy, everybody's healthy. I got good friends. I got a roof over my head. I got food. So, it's you get to a point in life where it's really, when people ask you what you want, I just tell them, I'm like, I don't know, So, yeah, no, it's just, so much though. In the last year, gosh, set aside from my son getting married, man, I can't think of anything that, hits even at that level. Man. Well, in the last year, can I count a year ago, like exactly to the day? Because I did have that surprise party where I got all of the wonderful health supplies from Greg Burns. So
that was the big special 5-0. That's right.
Yeah. No.
Well, let me tell you, Brian, I'm so glad that you said that you have everything that you could possibly ever want and you're happy, and well, there's just nothing else in your wheelhouse that you could think of. That means I get to keep this.
So
you know what that is?
That is, and so I'm not saying that I didn't order one of those today.
Good man.
So,
he's the kind of guy, what Brian wants for his birthday is he wants to wake up without a crick in his neck, and he wants to buy his own birthday present.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I didn't order one of those today. The only reason why is that this one here, the 11s are selling on eBay. I checked several. These things here, from me getting the 12, I can sell these in like across the board, like the buy it nows and even like the bids that I saw, it was only like a $70 difference. And I'm like, to spend $70 once I sell this and I get the updated one. Yeah. So see, Yappy, I do have one of those coming.
Well, I'll tell you, this ain't a commercial for the Progos. So after this, call me and I'm going to tell you why you're going to return it. Don't even open it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yappy's going to send you one free of charge. That's what.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it later. But anyway, congratulations on the mishap.
Here's my 2 cents.
It just goes to prove that the older we get, the
2 cents. That's awesome.
David,
that's
I love it. So,
hey, what's new with you the next week or so here?
Oh, so what am I doing? I'm leaving Friday for a couple of days. I will be speaking in Slidell, Louisiana at a conference that Jeff Brown's putting on down there, and be down there, and I get to rub elbows with Jeff Horchoff, the old famous Mr. Ed, and 628 Dirt Rooster. I've got confirmation that our good friend Steve Jiminy is from
Oh, nice.
Hive for Heroes founder. He's going to be down there, so may have to take the long way and just go ahead and pick Bruce up and take him with me. But at least I'll have one person down there that can tolerate Lee. Maybe say they are a fan of yappies every once in a while, but that I don't have to worry about stealing my mug behind my back or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna head down to Slidell for the conference down there and see where it goes. Go ahead and just speak my little speech and give my little experiences and thought processes, and hopefully it'll inspire some, and kind of go from there.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to seeing. Are you gonna take some video of your presentation? Or are you gonna leave it for people only?
Oh no! These people are paid for this. Okay, this yappy experience and my plethora of wisdom, or at least a few good laughs and a really great time. One or the other. I got to give them their money's worth. So that being said, I tell you, I probably if I video it, it's just going to be kind of like with the camera sitting off to the side, so that I can listen back on it. See what I might change or improve on, but so far, knock on wood, we'll see how it goes. But I got some real good reception on it in Alabama, so it's very humbling, very humbling.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing some footage and some updates and all that kind of stuff. Sounds like you and a bunch of folks are going to be down there, so that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Friday. We get there Friday night. And this is one of those weird conferences. Usually they're like on Friday, Saturday. This one's a Saturday and a Sunday. So we get done. We get done with the. This one's called the Be Alive Beekeeping Conference. So, I guess if in all the fun and excitement, if anybody's going to be alive, it's going to be Yappy. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's good. You got me on that one. Well, good luck. Wish you all the best on that. And yeah, is there anything big and exciting you're anticipating on getting down there? Like not getting your mug?
Yeah. You just keep rubbing that in. Go ahead, Bruce.
It's kind of funny. You're on here. We've got a video that's gonna right after the stream team tonight. I've got a video that's gonna premiere on. It's all about you and your Yappy mug. Where is this thing going? Where is it headed next? Apparently, it wasn't going to your place. So maybe someone else will get the honor. Where's it gonna go? You have to stay tuned after the stream team. Check out that premiere on Nature's Image. See what it's all about.
Yeah, well, I'll have to catch that one a little bit later, because as soon as I get out of here, I gotta go get ready for bed. I gotta play fireman tomorrow. So
yeah,
just send me a link. Let's see what else. That's the big to do. Still got a couple of bee removals going on. I'm more worried about Bruce. Bruce has been so quiet here. So we've birthdayed Brian out the window. Greg has made sure that I've got so much Nature's Image Farm, memorabilia and merchandise. What about Bruce? Bruce drove right past the Alabama conference. Didn't even wave coming up the interstate to go hang out with you guys, and I really don't blame him. But what about it, Bruce? I mean, tell me about when you cut the tree open or the log open on the big log thing and cut the I still want to know about that.
log thing.
The bee tree. It was fun. Yappy, I've been quiet because I'm in the presence of you guys, and my name isn't Yappy, so I've just been listening to Yappy. Yappy. The whole thing was fun, Yappy. The bee tree was pretty cool. It's just, Greg, I don't know how long. Greg could probably tell the story of that tree better than I can, but the bees have been in there, I guess, for years, and Greg had it there, I guess, observing it and watching it, and finally the bees left, so he just decided to cut it. We thought it'd be kind of fun to bring the tree over and cut it in, and we did it like in kind of, I guess what they call it, cookie style or whatever, where you kind of just sliced it in sections and looked at the inside of it, and the comb kind of came out pretty early in the process, but then we could see what the inside of the wood looked like in there. It was a hollow tree, of course, and the amazing, the propolis and all that, you could kind of see the remnants of some of that stuff left, and it was just kind of a neat experience. And anyway, it was fun. The previous day, we'd set up Greg, I was standing there offering to help, but didn't help. I was just kind of just checking out that saw. It was pretty incredible. And but they got it working and up and operating, and everything went flawless, and so it was pretty cool. The whole event though was kind of like that. It was just a lot of good people just kind of standing around talking and getting to know each other and observing some pretty cool stuff. And it's just kind of hard to explain exactly what happened. I'm sure there'll be some videos kind of coming out about it. I think Thomas at Free Range Art Farm already has a video out. I know Brandon's Bees put out a video of an interview he did with me, and I know he also interviewed Brian and Greg, and so I'm sure there'll be some things coming out. I just have a random bunch of pictures and videos. I'm not sure what I can put together with that, but it was just a good time. So yeah, the bee tree was pretty cool. Yappy. It was just a small part of the day though in the event. But it was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, I'm not, it's just timing of things, guys, not just timing, but I will have tomorrow night at 7:00 Central, I will actually have a premiere of the bee tree that I actually did here not long ago, removing some bees, and they were actually still in there, Greg. Okay. And, we didn't need a tractor and a sawmill to get it out. We just used the old handheld still, and it was actually pretty interesting to see inside that. Got a little. There's one little really neat little thing that happened with it. So just make sure you guys ring that bell and be there at 7:00 so you can be in on the live chat with the premiere. I'd appreciate it.
You know what so for between Friday and Saturday, of course, I mean, Saturday was a phenomenal day. It literally was all day. I think I pulled in probably about 8:20 or so in the morning, and there were already people. But set aside from Saturday, the one thing that stands out for me, and there's no video of it, there's one picture that Bruce has, but you can't see anything in the picture other than a fire. And for between both of the days, I think probably tops was, Greg, Bruce, myself being able to sit and enjoy a meal. That was awesome. A meal cooked on the fire and just sitting there chatting. I looked up at one point, I'm talking about the ISS and there it goes, but it's just, that right there. That was, those are those great moments where you got three friends just sitting around a fire talking, and I mean that was awesome. Really,
one of the cool things about that was we've never really done that. Like, we've always been, we get on here and we talk remotely, and when we were at Hive Life, there's always a lot of people around, and we've never been able. We've talked on the phone, we've done conference calls on the phone, but to just sit around the fire, just three of us like that was a pretty cool time, and just kind of hang out around the campfire and just get to know each other really a little bit better. And and
Yeah.
just share some pretty cool stuff. So that kind of is where we came up, I guess. We had the game plan of the day, but as far as kind of how everything was going to go with the live, StreamTeam live, and we just got to know each other. I think things flowed really well with the live the next morning because we had maybe had that little bond that we formed. The chemistry was just really good at that, and just a really good vibe there that whole day. But and that it all got kicked off with that event, that campfire that night, and then just all the people that showed up. Man, what an awesome day.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was going to say it was. And, Yappy had other things to do, or else, he might have had a chair at the fire, but,
I'm not sure he wanted to be there. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if homegrown, home butchered pork chops, homemade applesauce, cowboy candy,
So good,
grown and canned potatoes, all cooked over coal, open flame. He might not like that. It might not have been for him.
Well, I don't think it would have been good enough for him. It's not good enough for him.
No. The make or break to coming to this and not going to Alabama was my only question was, how far is McDonald's away from where you live? And he said, well, it's a little ways away. And I went, no, ain't coming. Ain't gonna do it.
It's like 10 minutes.
Too far. And I said, well, do you have like those food delivery services up there? No, ain't got any of them. Don't have Ubers, nothing. So
Amish delivered Uber.
Amish delivered Uber?
Well, Uber Eats.
Yeah, out of a horse and buggy?
Well, down around his place, I think instead of it being called Uber Eats, isn't it called Yoder Eats?
Right. We're just teasing you, Epi. Hopefully we can see you next year. You let me know what it is that you have to eat. We'll make it for you.
So, hey, this is funny that you say that because Jeff Brown, that's putting on the conference, he sent a email that had this invitation. It was for the speaker. It's like a speaker's dinner, and he puts on there, they're having a crawfish boil. Well, I mean, what else are you going to have in Louisiana, right? I mean, for real. So, he invites me to this whole crawfish boil thing, and I didn't think nothing about it as far as the responding to it when I got it, because who knows what I had going on, probably a bird on my glove. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going, anybody that knows Yappy knows I don't eat shrimp. Shrimp is not going to happen. That's back in my JP days, man. That ain't going to happen. And crawfish, pretty close. Now, crab claws, broiled crab claws in like a little honey or in a little butter garlic sauce. Oh my God, I'll eat the bottom out of it. And I'll eat, some seafood, but I'm not eating shrimp. I mean, they're like, shrimp are to me, they're like the cockroaches of the ocean. I mean, they just eat all the crap. So I'm not eating shrimp. And, he's like, hey, you didn't respond to the invitation. He said, I just wonder if you're going to be able to make it. And I'm like, no, I'm probably going to stop by and pick me up a sandwich or something over at, somewhere. But, but I'll be there. I said, but man, I don't do crawfish. He's like, well, we're having steak too. And I went, oh, hey, no, I'm there. We're good. Yeah. Whew, close. And thank you, Brian. Thank you very much for that. And I'm like, okay, we're good. So it was just kind of this little humorous thing where I'm going, man, if you don't know my bad food habits, then I don't know. But it's still, like I said, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I think that what you guys did with the gathering, the get together is going to be something that turns really big. I mean, you have a lot of the conferences and people sit down and they talk, and you learn something. You get to go through some products, have fellowship with beekeepers. But to be out in the field is going to be and I'll be honest with you, would work it out to where you can end up. We did our bud events, with the bee guys. People started coming in on Wednesdays. It was. Thursday was messing with bees, doing everything. Friday and Saturday were the real big days, and then, half the day on Sunday. And there were so many relationships that developed out of that with that interaction for a couple of days. And I really honestly, I think that what you're doing is going to be it's going to grow to where this turns into a 3 or 4 day thing. And I really hope it does, because the bees are the binders that brought the four of us together.
Yeah.
And so many more people that are even in the comment section down there, that the bees brought us together. It's the relationships that developed from that if we ended up quit beekeeping, there's 3 gentlemen that are on the stream that I would still love to. I will keep in contact and check on with and everything else, just to see how they're doing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where there was a lot of folks. I mean, in the reality of the situation is, we kind of had a limited window to kind of put this event on, and it was a really short notice kind of a thing. And we reached out to private invite a lot of the folks that we would love to have out here, including yourself and Randy, and of course we'd love to have Lisa up here, and Brian Lee, and on all the folks that are on the comments. The fact that it's so far away, and that there was already another conference going on, it would be, in the future, eventually you get to the point to where the community is not just based around one conference or one shindig. The idea for this is that folks all over the country pick up the reins and they do something like this, because bees are the conduit to the people. The idea is to get people involved wherever that they are. And while that there are folks that flew in and drove from all over the country to be here, some folks aren't able to do that, and we get that and we understand that. But what's most important is that folks are getting together, whether it's the Alabama State Conference, the Creator Convergence, however many bee shindigs are going on all at the same time. It's not about being on the same dates or stepping on toes. It's doing the best you can where you're at in your area to bring those people together. And that's what we did here at the Creator Convergence. And I think that's an important thing moving on, where it's not about a singular thing. It's about bringing everyone together in one place to fellowship, build that community. And there were so many moments that you look around, and when you have all of these creators there, both content creators and product manufacturers, all there in the same place at the same time, the wisdom, the experience, and the talent that was all in one place at one time was unbelievable. And to just be in the middle of that and involved with that was truly something special that I don't think has ever been done like that ever. And I want to see a lot more of those things go on. And we definitely want to do a second annual Creator Convergence here at the farm. And Yappy, we'll just have to have our people talk to your people and make sure that we're not double booking here.
Well, I hope so. This is the one thing that I noticed. And see, I kept jumping in the morning you guys did the live stream, and right out of the gate that morning. I actually it notified me on the tube that you guys had went live, so I was in there and I was watching it, and it's really funny. I came in right about the time you were just showing off that mug, and and I mean I literally, when I click on there, it's just like, really, you can't make this stuff up. This is hand on the Bible, seriously. That's what was going on. I'm just laughing. But you know what? The one thing about that nobody else in the whole wide world but me probably noticed is that this man right here still wore that hat. Yeah. That guy. With all the chaos and turmoil we got going on in the state of Alabama with our football team, all right, there he is representing. So I'm going to tell you, that is love right there. That is belief and faith. Okay.
Well, you know what it felt like? It felt like here's I don't know how to put the words to this, but we know we had folks that we'd have loved to have right here in front of us in the same room, Mike Berry and Lisa and Randy and you and Brian Lee. The list goes on and on and on. But here's what it felt like. It didn't feel like that there was two separate things going on. It felt like here was one community at large that has things going on in two rooms with the same goals in mind. And to me, it was like, okay, it's distance, it's miles. I mean, we could better planning maybe and not have all those things overlap. But guess what? No matter what you do in life, there's going to be overlap. It just felt like the greater community had 2 rooms going at the same time, and some people were in that room, some people were in this room. So for me, it was fun to have you chime in on the stream, fool around with your mug. Lisa, Brian Lee, all the folks that pop in and on. That's what it's about. And whether you couldn't be here in person, you know, there's so much content that's going to go out where folks can kind of tune in, check it out, see, and just know that just because you weren't here, you were still a part of this thing that I think was birthed this past Saturday.
Well,
Ryan.
I want to give
Go ahead, Yappy.
I want to throw a major love shout out for Miss Lisa O'Grammy. Let me tell you what, she was probably, her and her partner in crime, Miss Deirdre, were between those two right there. They kept Yappy sane for that conference
Saints.
down there in
We got to
Clanton.
put them in for sainthood, Lisa and Diego.
Yes,
both.
Yes, if you don't mind, I gotta give the credit where the credit was due. Friday, you know, they put me up Friday, and you know, I had my nose. I mean, this is kind of funny. Sorry to everybody that's down there in the comments, and half your people probably ran off because you guys got me on here, and we're not talking real bee stuff. You know, it's just fun stuff. But
how dare us beekeepers talk about life and other things other than bees and cracking lids? How dare
I know.
we?
I mean, this is like
these guys to bring life into their beekeeping chat. How dare they?
It's like the other side of the force of just like a Joe Rogan get together. You know what I'm saying? But without Joe, this is what we're doing. You know, think about it like that. But so Friday, I'm supposed to speak at like 2:15 to 3:15, I think it was. So we have our lunch, and then there's a little downtime. And I go around and I go into the auditorium to go speak, and you know, they got the podium set up there, so I put my book out on the podium. It's got all my little notes and bullet points and everything, and I got everything laid out there. And I've got my generic mug, okay, sitting up on top of the thing in case I needed something to drink, you know, because I don't have a real mug, and I'm ready to go. So 2:15 starts, and I start my little program up, and you know, I'm Travis in this window. I mean, I'm that's who I'm trying to speak and be, you know, all educational. And it was like, I'm my brain's not there, and I walk over to the podium to go to my next bullet point, and the page flipped over. So where I had everything laid out, and I was just going to be like, okay, you know, and I'm confirming that my next thing is this, and I'm going to start my next point. And then I've got this little other piece of paper that's over here on the right side. It's got some different notes and just how I was going to do it. And that thing had somehow, the air conditioner must have kicked up, but that note, it fell down and was like underneath the podium. My book thing flipped over, and it completely screwed me up. I mean, and from that point on that Friday talk, I was just, man, I was spinning my wheels. You know, I was hitting my points, but that just wasn't yappy. Then Saturday, you know, Lisa and Deirdre, they were all pep talking me up, and everything was going to be great. But I went in there and I just sat down on the end of the stage, right on the edge of the stage, and started talking to people about 15 minutes beforehand. And man, I was just, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, Lord, please help me out here, because, you know, you opened this door, you put me here. So help me out and just let this thing roll. All right. But I started getting to be yappy, but, you know, and you guys have seen both sides of yappy. A lot of people that know me just through the videos think that I'm just that crazy. There's actually a half sane side to me. And I just started kind of getting into it. He's a small guy, but all of a sudden it was 3:15, man, and I just started rolling into it. And next thing I know, I mean, I've got Lisa over there going, you know, time's up. And but it was great. And I'm Saturday, I'm telling you, I hope they're all like that. And I hope that some of the people that are in the audience here, you know, in the chat, you know, you guys learn something about this, bring something new to the table, and start getting that word out. You know, that anybody can share the experience. as far as that goes. And I can't wait to see the next round of people because, they cycle through every couple of years, and I'm at the beginning of a cycle. I may do this for a couple of years or whatever. And then the next thing you know, there's going to be new people in it. So who knows? Greg Burns might actually speak to people one day.
No, I'm scared to death to speak. I don't think I ever could do that.
Bruce would be great at it. I promise you.
Bruce would. I'm going to share something here real quick.
Here it is.
How many we got?
45. Everybody, I've got 2 of them. So throw in the next minute. Throw in, if you haven't. I mean, when you do it one time, you don't have to. I mean, you could keep commenting if you want, but it doesn't.
Brian, I wonder if you could roll that twice, because I do have a special Hive tool here. This particular Hive tool was just featured in a brand new video that's going to premiere right after the stream.
Oh, okay.
So the first Hive tool for a clean, fresh one. How about the next will be?
So we'll do 3.
We'll do 3. Let's roll it. 3 winners.
Okay.
The second one will get the one here that was just featured in the Yappy Bee Man mug saga that it's to die for. When you see what this Hive tool is used for, maybe you won't want it.
Let's go boom. Let's see. I need something to write this down.
I got a pen. I got you.
Oh, look at that, Brian.
Flower Street Farm.
I know how to get a hold of Brian. Okay. Brian, I'll get a hold of you.
Flower Street. All right. Can you roll it again?
Yeah. Yeah, I know how to get a hold of Brian. That's awesome.
Says Shane says talking wouldn't be hard, Greg. Just picture everybody in Yappy's underwear.
Oh, look at that, Jared.
Beehive Homestead. Wow, he was just out here. That's awesome. So Jared will get the this. We'll call this the infamous Hive tool.
Yeah. Awesome. And I'll spin it again. That's awesome. Who gets the third one? I saw my name in there. I don't want to win it. Teresa Hart. Teresa, what? Here, let me put that in here. So, Teresa.
Nothing like giving everybody else presents on your birthday. That's the kind of guy Brian is.
That's funny.
Brian, we've got 2 more minutes. Do we have time to give away anything else to somebody else for your birthday?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Well, on our website, nature'simagefarm.com, we now have in stock and are shipping Varroa Easy Check, the real ones, not the knockoff ones, the real Varroa Easy Check. Put in hashtag wash cup, and we'll ship that out to somebody. If you are looking for one of those, we got them on sale, $25 at nature'simagefarm.com. And then I've got one more thing here. We'll let the wash cup go.
That right there.
As we kind of wrap things up here, both of you guys got early mornings. Yappy does. Brian does. What's on the radar for the next coming week here, Bruce?
I'm going to be probably getting out and probably removing the Apiary from my hives this week and kind of checking on them, seeing how they're doing. And I've got going to feed again, and got a couple of videos. I got one video I need to get out. And then another one, I'm going to try and throw a little something together, maybe from the Convergence, if I can come up with. I didn't come in with a plan at all, so it's really random stuff. So I'm not sure what I'm going to end up with, if anything. But I know I got a lot of pictures and some videos, so we'll see if I can throw something together. But it may be a few days before I get that done, so just be patient with me. So that's kind of what I'm working on mainly right now. Just feeding and just checking and feeding on the bees right now. There's not a whole lot more going on with the actual bees, and so that's kind of where I'm at. Not a whole lot. That ends up being quite a bit, but it's not. We're not doing a lot of management right now. More just kind of trying to get them ready for winter and keep them alive and get them healthy and strong.
Awesome.
Good
Well, it
stuff.
sounds like it's nice to be at this point or this part of the year where you can. It's not quite so. Still a lot of work to do, but it's not like what you do now is hinging your honey crop. You got to get them through the winter, and there's nothing you're going to do now to make up for what you haven't done earlier. So it's kind of a nice place to be in. Brian, why don't you go ahead and hit the spin the wheel for #WashCup.
There we go. I tell you, mine. Believe it or not, the fall. Oh wow! Congrats, James. That's awesome.
James, if you would send me an email at naturesimagefarm.com, and we'll get you a Varroa Easy Check wash cup sent right out. And then let's get the next hashtag in, Brian, while we figure it out. We are now at naturesimagefarm.com, fully stocked in Formic Pro, 2-dose, 10-dose, 30-dose. We are also fully stocked in bucket feeders, feeder plugs, and also instant vaps, both all the models. So if you're looking to feed or treat, you need bucket feeders, plugs, Formic, wash cups, or an instant vap. We'd love it if you'd support us at naturesimagefarm.com. Let's put in #Formic, Brian, and we'll give away a 2-dose. So if you're interested in trying to win some free Formic, #Formic. Brian, what's up with you the next week here? I know it's gonna every day. It's after being 52, it's a little bit slow and creaky, and it takes you a little while.
I'm not 52 yet, there, buddy.
Oh, okay.
So and it's amazing that my entire apiary, it still has that fall scent to it.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, we've had perfect weather, absolutely perfect weather for a fall flow. So I'm hoping that the scent that's out there isn't just a fluke. I'm hoping that they're packing away into the supers. I know I have some bit of a harvest. So but like the next week, I think probably what I'm going to do is I need to check some weight. I'm probably going to peek at a couple supers and just see what's there. I've got a colony that was a little bit lighter that I just want to check on that. But it's just a couple things like that. But one thing that I want to do, and I've been talking about this now for a little bit, is we are in the middle of a flow. And I've got 3 colonies that I had certain queens in. They were the VSH trait queens. Triple C, thank you very much for that. So what I want to do, because I was noticing, I think what Bruce did was he snuck up one day and threw 3 of his queens in 3 of my hives and took those queens out of them because their behavior is just, it's pretty bad. Now, the couple times that I was around them, they had been without a queen for a little bit, and then we were in a dearth, and there were certain situations where I didn't think it was the ideal time to judge behavior. So I plan on in the next few days getting into those 3 colonies, and I'm just going to give an open, honest, here's these VSH queens. They've been installed for 5 months or so now, 4 months. Here's how their brood looks. Here's where their behavior is, and I'll probably open up another one of my colonies just to compare supers. Here's as far as what stores this colony here has, here's what they have. So I want to do a comparison just to see if I'm going to keep those lines, those queens in my apiary. It's a hype, and is it worth, is it all that hype worth keeping them in my apiary? That's what I want to find out. So, but I'm going to do that here coming up. And, to look at colonies for behavior in a dearth, you really can't do that because they all become jokers, like what Bruce says. So, but I'm going to do that. So I should have a couple videos coming up. I did film a ton of stuff at the Convergence, but the more and more I looked at that, I had 42 video clips, and I looked at certain moments in there and I thought, I'm not going to put together a big video from this, just because certain things for me, I just felt I'd rather just have that memory here. And, who was there, we all have that memory. So that's why I put together. And for everybody here, I didn't even tell Greg or Bruce that I put that little video. I was just at some point today going to play it and let them watch it. They hadn't seen it. So I just wanted to throw that little thing with little nuggets, more or less, of what took place there. So I could have done, a little bit of a longer video, but I just, really, once I sat back and thought about it, and in my heart, it just said, leave it short and sweet. And that's what I did. So, but I'll have more coming up. And I think probably after the next week or so, pushing 2 weeks, we'll probably get to the point where we'll be pulling supers and then dropping strips and treating and everything else, and getting everything prepped for the winter. So it's almost getting down to that wire, So Steve, thank you so much.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna the convergence will end. Look at Bohemia. Good job, Jason. 51.99. Brian's almost 52. We there's going to be a lot more to come about the conversion. So try to recap that in one night. It's going to be impossible. And truth be told, we're kind of decompressing and reorganizing all the thoughts about that too. And so I know there's going to be a lot more content about that. Brian, go ahead and spin the wheel for Formic. If you are looking for Formic Pro, Mite wash cups, instant vapes, bucket feeders, or plugs, we'd love it if you keep us in mind at nature'simagefarm.com. Tonight we're giving away a 2-dose of Formic Pro. We'll see who the winner is.
Who's getting it? Richard.
Hey, Richard Prager. All right.
Oh, Richard. Roll Tide, Richard.
Richard, I know you can get to Bruce and get to me, but just shoot me an email at nature'simagefarm@gmail.com, and we'll get that sent out tomorrow. Yappy, before we close it out, final thoughts on anything? Yappy.
He's muted again.
Hate when that happens.
You're muted, Yappy.
I can't get you from my side. You gotta get her. There it is.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Yeah. Well, between the muting, between the muting and my internet jigging on me, I'm just going to say thanks for having me on, guys. Brian, big love, man. Happy birthday, and hope to see you guys in the future.
Be sure to check out Yappy Bee Man YouTube channel. Is that tomorrow night, Yappy? When with the premiere of your Yappy and his bee log. That's tomorrow night.
He must not be able to hear you.
All right, we'll check back. We'll figure it out there. Yappy's got a premiere coming out, a brand new video. Him and his bee log. I think his internet's going. Yep. Okay. So be sure to check out the Yappy Bee Man. He's got one coming directly after this stream tonight. We're going to go over to the Nature's Image Farm channel. We're going to premiere a short, fun video of Yappy's. Now that he's not on here, I actually had to kick him out. Look, now that he's not here, his mug is going on a road trip, right? And
nice.
Before we send it off, it's going somewhere, where the food and the cuisine is just a little different than the typical hillbilly biscuits and gravy that we're used to here. So we had to send it off, okay, in style. Let's just say it's to die for. So you definitely want to tune in for that. I want to thank everybody who came from near and far to converge here at Nature's Image Farm to be a part of something that was greater than all of us, something that kind of ties this all together. The bees are the conduit to the people. There were a lot of special moments. There were a lot of special relationships that were formed. We captured the entire session inside of the shop here, where we had David Burns on, Bohemia Bees was on, we had Jimmy's Neighborhood Bees jumped on for a minute, Filament Corner, we had Ricky jumped on the mic, but we also captured moments and things throughout the entire convergence. We went out and sawed up, we took a bee tree, put it on the sawmill to see what was on the inside, and then also went through and kind of toured the learning yard. We talked about what our goals are the breeding, what our goals here are, our Nature's Image Farm. Went through, talked about the learning yard, how important that is for not us, but for beginning beekeepers. It's a fantastic place for folks to learn, get their bearings, and to learn beekeeping. And it was an absolute honor for us to be able to share Nature's Image Farm with so many people. This first year was an invite-only situation. We had 73 folks was our count in here in this room, and it was amazing. We're looking at growing, doing it again next year. So definitely stay tuned. The very first one is always special. I want to thank everybody so much for making that special. Bruce, he traveled all the way up from Alabama, right on the heels of speaking. After a speaking engagement, jumped on a plane, got up here. Brian, you're busy as well. It means a lot to me that you guys take the time out every week to do these chats and to do what we can do to keep continuing to build the community, keeping this fellowship going on. And like we always say, like the honeybee is to the hive, we're better together. And a rising tide definitely raises all ships. I want to thank everybody for spending time with us tonight on the stream. If you're checking back on the replay, thanks. As always, we want to remind you guys to be the lighthouse and be the change you want to see in this world. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
But I've got to say this. If
I'm going to take this and drop this to 60. No, you don't touch that hive until
How's it going?
A lot of these, we just stack them up and see how high they go through here. Some of these are really cool. We're in double or triple brood boxes. The day you pick up your package, we're installing packages out of that same stock into this equipment. Every other week, folks come to the learning yard.
I don't know why I thought you were about to clip that.